Hey everyone, welcome into TBTV. I'm Sarah Hecht, joined by Antonio Harvey, here to give you a little training camp analysis. A couple of days ago we were talking about defense. That's of course what the guys have been focusing on, developing a new identity. And you noticed some stuff about a specific piece of that, and that today was rebounding. What did you notice?
Yeah, the thing that stood out to me today was the defense was great, but the finishing of the defense. And if you talk to any coach, they'll tell you defense ends when you rebound the basketball. And I felt like today the Blazers' offense had a better hand. They were able to get offensive rebounds, put it back, and that bodes well in one area. It means that the teams are really working hard to get to the offensive glass to create multiple opportunities. But it does make you wonder if this team is going to be the type of rebounding team they need to be.
Well, they've talked about making defense the identity of this team, so does that have you worried at all?
Not really. One of the things that stood out is as this team is going to continue to make progress and become better on the defensive end of the court, there are some adjustments that have to be made. You know, you played one way for a whole year, then you come back the second year and you're going to have to play a different way. I think that it may be a little bit of paralysis by analysis. Guys are thinking too hard, makes them a half second slow, and as you slow down just a bit, it allows those offensive guys a chance to sneak in there and get those rebounds. I think once they become more comfortable with the defensive end of the court where they need to be, they'll become that defensive rebounding team that can win games.
When do you expect to see that? Is that something that develops all the way through training camp, or will we see that in the preseason, a month into the season? When do you expect to see that?
I would probably say you give it the last probably 10 days of training camp. You know, it takes a couple of weeks to get adjusted mentally. And once you get through the fatigue of the first week of training camp, the 2 days and all of that stuff, your mind and your body get back on the same page as we talked about on Wednesday. So I think give it 10, 12 days and you'll start to see guys become better on the defensive end of the court in terms of rebounding.
Now, in our conversation a little bit earlier, you used the term that I liked called ultimate success. What did you mean by that, and what do you think the key components are of the Trailblazers' ultimate success?
Ultimate success means winning games, and it's not just winning games, but it's winning games and being able to sustain and repeat what you're doing. To me, I think ultimate success for this team relies heavily on how quickly they're able to come together as a unit, and a lot of that is going to have to be predicated by off-the-court things. You know, this is a new unit. Robin Lopez is relatively new, and he's a cornerstone. It doesn't seem like it because he's probably going to average 9 points, 8 rebounds a game, but he will be a cornerstone to this team's success, just as Myers Leonard will be moving forward. That center position, that defensive anchor is going to be big, and if that's going to happen, they're going to have to get to know each other and become a family, you know, really have each other's back, because when you're a tight-knit group, all of a sudden those little things don't matter, and it's all about putting forth the effort and making the sacrifice for the team to be successful.
Now, is that something that comes over time and traveling through a season, or is that something that you can really kind of jumpstart at the beginning of a season during a training camp?
Oh, absolutely. You can definitely jumpstart it. First, you have to find common likes, you know, and I think, you know, video games are usually one of those things with young guys, great places to go to dinner. I know with Robin Lopez, if you can find a good bookstore, you're going to find a way to endear yourself to him. So I think it's just about finding those common things. I know, like Darrell Wright, for instance, we've had conversations about, you know, video game tournaments and things like that. If you can host a couple of video game tournaments, have the guys over to the house, you know, spend some time around each other, find the likes and dislikes, the personality quirks of one another, and then you can play to that. If I know a guy likes a video game, you know, and the new 2K22-12-78 comes out, that tells you how much I know about video games, I may be the guy to go pick that up and bring it to you because I want you to feel like you're a part of this family.
Great. Thanks, you guys, so much for joining us for a quick training camp analysis. I'm Sarah Hecht for Antonio Harvey. Thanks for watching TBTV.